think it goes back to that thing of wanting to understand people and their motivations and stuff. And I think that that's, at least in my mind, entertainment means a lot to a lot of different people. There's escapism, that's valid. There's messaging is valid. It's all valid, as long as someone's entertained, it's valid, it's entertainment. But I feel, at least as a producer, that one of the purposes of entertainment is messaging. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
always have to be, but yeah, like I've always liked that as a kid. I guess I was proudly brainwashed by Hollywood and Disney to have empathy. And again, I've always thought that it was really important. I think that it's best done when it's in a way that you don't necessarily know that's what it is, or like, as people say, beating you over the head with it or whatever. Although I think that's fine too. I think that it's all a valid form. Again, it's all a valid form of entertainment, but that's the kind of entertainment I like, and I like a little political messaging as a George Carlin fan. And we've seen this, and I'm coming back around to something we tiptoed around last week. This week we've kind of like dipped more ankle depth, but I want to just go ahead and just discuss, because as the smoke is clearing from January, um we're it's still a topic of discussion. People are maybe a little less passionate about it, but there is just this whole argument of whether or not and how much of politics belongs in comedy. Joe, what's the right
Oh,
answer?
I think it's totally up to the comedian. I mean, I generally don't talk about politics, but there's some comedians that like, that's their whole bread and butter.
Yeah.
It just depends. I have friends who don't talk politics and they mention it on stage where they say, I don't think people want to hear about politics when they come to a comedy show.
Hmm.
And I'm sure to a large degree he's right, especially living here in the Bible Belt. Most comedians tend to be liberal, and most audience members here generally are not.
Right.
And if you're overly political, you could walk people, you could lose opportunities.
Yeah.
And it just depends. I don't think political styles of humor are necessarily popular here compared to like in the city. If you're in a bigger city,
Yeah.
there's a better chance you're going to have more of a split audience. You'll be able to express yourself in a way that I don't know. I mean, I'm sure DC has a lot of political comics,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
I don't see a lot in the Bristol area, or even when I've gone up to Roanoke, I don't. There's not a lot of
No.
people talking politics.
No, around here, it's best to do it near the universities. Um,
Hmm.
but I think it goes back to what I was saying, that, like, by the way, that was a wonderful answer. I mean, imagine that, folks. It's up to the case case to case basis, case by case basis. It's case to case with court